The company of heaven is very aware of the myriad challenges people are facing in the outer world during this greatly accelerated phase of Mother Earth's ascension process. They are also aware of how difficult and painful this process is for the masses of unawakened humanity. But most significantly, they are aware that this cosmic moment is precisely why you and I and the rest of awakening humanity volunteered to embody on Earth at this time. Let us share an excerpt from Given in Love. Then we will provide more. The mind does not understand spirituality. This you know. It does not understand much beyond its realm of ability as it relates to this body. It is brought into being for each lifetime, and then it is no more. It does not understand spirituality, and so it moves the one or other away from what might otherwise be considered enlightenment. It does not want that advancement. This you are now experiencing firsthand. And so let us take a deep dive of consideration to let you know that it does feel as you feel. It does focus upon what you focus upon. And so when you look at something you do not want, it does posture itself to consider how this would be. It is a magnificent creator. It was imbued with such qualities because it was the physical means to posture and create what was wanted. The mind was the means to do just that. It can create hardship, illness, and any other dreaded occurrence because this is what it also does. Do you remember where you were before you were born? Where do our memories go, beginning at incarnation? Our earliest memories disappear from our ego consciousness, but they're still in our subconscious, including memories of past lives, and can be retrieved through hypnotic regression therapy, deep meditation in a theta wave state, and in consciousness beyond the body. The subconscious records everything and stores it for us and for universal consciousness. For the limits of our conscious minds, we've set boundaries of frequencies and polarities so that we wouldn't reach total freakout by the dark force, while allowing it to move gradually toward complete control of humanity. We have things happen to us as a result of giving our life force. Through our attention and alignment with energy patterns to the qualities we hold in our thoughts and feelings. The dark force exists apart from the world of life enhancement. As a result, it has no natural life force. It must be parasitic to us because it needs our life force to survive. If we withdraw our attention from it and instead focus on gratitude, love and joy, we enter a higher dimension and become exempt from the dark force. Provided that we maintain a higher perspective in our thoughts and feelings. This requires practice until we have thoroughly trained our subconscious mind and transformed our limiting beliefs. The beings of light are reminding us that it is vitally important for those of us who have awakened to the profound truth that we are one with the entire family of humanity. To know that we have the ability to serve as surrogates on behalf of every person on Earth. We are one with every person, and we have the ability to invoke the light of God through every person's I am presence, no matter how awake or asleep that person may be. Our God recently revealed that the collective energy, vibration, and consciousness of the human miscreations now surfacing all over the world reflect. In one way or another, every single miscreation our fragmented and fear-based human egos have manifested since our fall from grace. These gross mutations of our precious gift of life are being dismantled and pushed to the surface to be permanently transmuted back into light. The successful accomplishment of this dismantling process is essential in order for Mother Earth and all her life to ascend into the 5th dimensional crystalline solar frequencies of the new Earth. It does take the lowest common denominator and make it so there is more of this, that, or the other. It takes the lesser aspect and amplifies it. This is what it does. It is not meant to uplift. The soul is meant to uplift. But if you do not seek to connect to the soul, and only mentally, then you get one version but not the other. You get one voice and think it is the only thing that exists. Most do not know that their soul longs to connect, or how it yearns to assist. But when there is not a preference to learn anything the soul might offer, more distance is created. And that is for a purpose. This is meant to be the life of the one living it. Those living here are meant to make physical choices. They are to decide what they want and what they do not want. So to demand that the one here establishing their life must tune in to connect, well, that is not to be. Free will is taken very seriously here for those on this planet. It is strictly abided by. There is no measure that we can say is so strongly adhered to. And so this life, your life, and where each resides occurs through a series of choices previously made. Do they want this or that? What will they choose? We will say we will not predict what one or the other might choose, for we have seen how this goes. We see how choices can be altered and changed in the blink of an eye, and so choices will be as they are to be, and that is that. We are all capable of creating truly wonderful experiences for ourselves and everyone around us by transforming ourselves in greatest love and joy. This is what we all want, which means that it's our innate state of being. We can unlimit ourselves from all of our deeply held beliefs in suffering, illness, aging, and death. From within ego consciousness, this seems impossible because the ego cannot know who we are beyond our limiting beliefs. Without limiting beliefs about ourselves, the ego does not exist, except as a cooperating participant with us in the empirical world, which we can direct with inner knowing in the heart of our being. Because the empirical world consists entirely of patterns of energy that our consciousness can interpret as physical sensations. We allow ourselves to believe that things exist apart from us or outside of our conscious presence. We have developed the realization that we are separate persons from everyone and everything else. This is a trick that we play on ourselves, and we all do it together. It's part of human consciousness, which we all participate in empathically and telepathically, without knowing what is beyond the empirical world, or even how we exist. We are in the middle of this process, and as the cleansing progresses, it may even appear in the outer world as though things are getting worse before they get better. It is critical that every one of us truly comprehends the profound truth that the only way forward in the light is through this essential cleansing process. Consequently, there is no turning back. All that is hidden must now be revealed. The clandestine, manipulative and oppressive patterns used by those who have controlled and suppressed the masses of humanity for centuries are being pushed to the surface at this time to be exposed and permanently transmuted into light. It is time for all of us to trust that you and I and the rest of awakening humanity have all of the strength, skill, wisdom, knowledge and courage necessary to stay focused on the light until this facet of the divine plan is successfully completed. The sooner we acknowledge this truth and follow the intuitive inner guidance of our I Am Presence, the more quickly we will begin to tangibly experience the heart-based patterns of perfection for the new earth that we are being called to co-create with every holy breath we take. We have the absolute ability to do this even in the midst of the chaos and pain of this critical moment. The mind has been given free rein and does not want to give up the control it has maintained throughout the life. It seeks to continue in its domination, for why would the mind want to serve when it can lead and direct? The computer has taken over and is now running the show. Giving up power is hard to do. You are experiencing what the mind is willing to do to get its way. It seeks to regain the control it once knew. We have shared previously that the mind is not your friend. It is not to be taken lightly. Monitor what the mind suggests, as even now it seeks to plot and strategize how it can regain that power. The difference here is that it requires you to focus on the negativisms that it seeks to enact. Without that, it has no ability to move those things it conjectures into motion. So when you tune in, when you refocus negative thoughts into better ones, when you give gratitude, it is confounded. This is where quantum physics can help us. It has discovered that everything is an expression of infinite consciousness. Although the quantum sciences haven't discovered the origin of universal consciousness, we have the innate ability to go beyond the empirical world of physicality and find out about our true essence. We now have many books and video reports from people who have died and come back, informing us about their experiences beyond body consciousness. The reports all confirm that beyond the body our awareness expands as far as we're willing to go in an environment of great love and joy in the company of many wonderful persons, including friends and ancestors. If we can transcend our limiting beliefs, we can open our awareness beyond the body and even regenerate our bodies and live in this world as long as we desire in deepest love and joy. This is our destiny, and it's governed by our beliefs about ourselves.